Hey guys, Josh here with the Weekend Angler, back with another Short Tip Saturday video. And guys, in this week's video, I'm going to be showing you just how easy it is to replace the power cord on your trolling motor. And we're going to be doing it with materials that are actually better than what it came from the factory with. So stick around. Alright guys, the motor we're working with today is the Minn Kota Maxxum 80. This is a 24 volt cable steer trolling motor, and the problem that my buddy's been having with it is an intermittent complete loss of power. He'll be running it, the thing will just completely stop working, and then it'll just start working again on its own. We've tested all the switches and controls, trying to find the problem. We traced it down to a bad power cord. I had to cut the cord back to find good copper, it was so corroded. And we were left with about a foot long section of power cord. That's not going to work for him, so today we're putting on a whole brand new power cord. I'm going to show you how to build it. The materials we'll be using today, we're going to be using some 10 gauge marine bonded wire and some high temperature 90 degree flag disconnects. The links to those are in the video description. Begin by cutting your new power cord wire to your desired length. In this case, we're going to use about a 5 foot length of wire. That gives him room, if he ever does have to cut it, that he can cut a little bit off and still have plenty of cord left. And now from one end of the power cord, go ahead and separate the wires down about 2 inches. This zip cord wire is usually easy to separate, but you can use a knife if necessary. And we'll strip about 5/16 of an inch of insulation from both the red and the black wires. This will make sure it completely fills the terminal without a lot of excess overhang. And now twist the wire strands together before moving on to installing the terminals. Before I continue, only about 5% of you are subscribed, so if you like what you're seeing, please consider subscribing. Here's a close-up of the connectors we're going to be installing on the power cord. The wire just goes up into the rounded section and you use pliers or a crimp tool to crimp the flag around it. So now we can go ahead and place the wire into the bend of the terminal. And as you can see, I'm using pliers to bend that flag around. And we're going to crimp that down securely. And now we'll repeat that process on the other conductor. Now this next step is technically optional, but I do prefer to solder both the connectors after I get them crimped. As you can see, I'm heating the terminal itself. Once the terminal's hot, you can apply solder. That'll allow the solder to flow through the wire and the terminal. Now we can remove the bottom foot control cover to expose the original wiring. Make sure you keep track of all your screws. I actually noticed there was one missing, and that must have occurred before my buddy owned this motor. Cut any zip ties securing the old power cord and then unplug the power cord from the main board. Make sure to note the location of both the positive and negative connectors, as these are polarized connections. And now we're ready to connect our new power cord to the terminals located on the main board. Once that is connected, go ahead and route the power cord back using the factory wire location. Be sure and replace any zip ties you cut during the removal process. Now we can go ahead and replace the bottom cover of the foot control and tighten the screws back down using hand tools to prevent stripping them out. Now it's not shown in the video, but I did go ahead and get a replacement screw for the one that was missing. If you do need one, it's a number 10 by 3/4 stainless. Separate the bottom 6 inches or so of power cord and install a heat shrink tubing to prevent it from separating any further. This is what's going to connect it to our battery. Now we can strip about a 1/2 inch of insulation and twist the strands again to prevent them from separating. Our power cord's complete. We're ready to test out the motor, see if our problem's been resolved. Since this is a 24 volt motor, we're going to need 2 batteries in series. We'll connect them up. I've got a video showing how to connect that if you don't know how. The remaining terminals, as you can see, we have 24 volts. And now we're going to test the motor at all speeds using both the momentary and continuous modes of the switch to make sure everything functions correctly. What we're looking for is to make sure this thing doesn't cut out on its own. Alright guys, well the motor ran from 0 all the way up to full power. It never cut out, and that's something this one hasn't done in quite a while. So it looks like our new power cord we built has done the trick, gotten rid of all those electrical gremlins. And like I said earlier, since we used marine grade wire instead of standard copper wire, the power cord on this motor will probably outlast the rest of the motor now. If you need to build a power cord for your unit, I've got links to all the parts we used in today's project. They're down in the video description, so go over and check those out. Guys, if this video has helped you out, please take a moment, give it that thumbs up button. And if you're checking me out for the first time, I try to post a fishing or boating related tip or trick video every week. So hit that subscribe button and that little bell if you like what you've seen today. Guys, that's all I got for this week. Thank you for watching. Be sure to check out the very first part of next week. I've got an unboxing test video that you guys don't want to miss. That's all I've got for today. So take care, and until next time, we'll catch you out on the water.